Last winter's flood on the Somerset levels was the proof that something needed to be done. Rivers, drains and ditches hadn't been maintained. That's why £6 million was spent on dredging last year. But that was just phase one. This year, attention is moving upstream.
We've always said that dredging wasn't the silver bullet that somebody declared it was in the early stages. We needed to have the dredge to start the work, but now we need to, be looking at catchment problems as well as just the dredging. And obviously, we'll still go for the long-term thing of putting the barrage in. So, we are in it for the long haul.
The catchment area for the River Parrett is enormous, almost half the size of Somerset, more than 400,000 acres, stretching from the Brendon Hills on the edge of Exmoor right around to Sherburn, east of Yeovil. Every drop of rain that falls in this area runs down into the rivers on the Somerset levels. Slowing the rate at which it flows downhill is Action Plan Phase 2. On this farm at Martock, right on the edge of the levels, they've done some work already.
I've always been conscious, ever since I started farming, took over from father, of the amount of water that we just send down into the Parrett, and it disappears and doesn't affect us at all, but affects the farmers and the house owners, of course, on the levels. And if every farmer in the upper catchment can do something a little bit to help, that would be excellent.
10 years ago they dug this pond to intercept rainwater as it flows downhill. The water is held back and allowed to run out slowly in a controlled way into the River Parrett beyond. They also planted a small area of woodland, which is helping to slow the flow as the trees mature. It's been a success, and now they want to start many more projects similar to this on farmland right across the upper catchment. A partnership of the Royal Bath and West Society, the Somerset Wildlife Trust and the Farming and Wildlife Advisory Group have just won £750,000 in funding to get the project moving.
You've got to get the upper catchment acting more like a sponge and less like a sloping roof. And up to now, we haven't had the money to do that. The key thing about this money, £750,000, is that we can put advisors in the field to make a real difference.
The evidence that's being gathered on this farm will help shape the plan for the future.
Very important, because this gives us confidence to be able to go to other people in this area, other farmers, and say, look, we know it can be done, we know it's not massively costly, we know it works, and also to be able to say, well, we can pay for it. It's not going to cost you anything, because this is for public benefit, not private benefit.
The action plan for the future of the Somerset levels is a long-term one, 20 years. It won't stop the flooding, that's natural here, but it is designed to make flooding less frequent and much less severe than what they experienced here last winter. Bob Cruz, ITV News.